selamlıyorum. Tercüme imkanı olmadığı için müsaadenizle İngilizce devam edeceğim. Dear guests, we would very much like to welcome all of you as STFA. We are very happy that representatives from 41 different countries have come to this conference, and we hope it will be fruitful and useful for all of us. Some of you probably know STFA, but we were founded in 1938, and we are one of the leading construction companies of Turkey. We thought that we fit very well with this conference because we have been the leaders of the regional cooperation. STFA was proud that in the 1970s we were the first company to go to work in the many regions around our country. And from that day we are still continuing our activity in the region and very much believer in regional cooperation. We hope you enjoy your stay in Istanbul, and thank you for coming once again. Thank you all and enjoy your lunch.
To the stage. His Excellency Abdulisa.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me first of all to introduce myself. My name is Kasım Abu Isa. I'm from Qatar. I'm the Vice Chairman of Salam International Investment Company, which is listed in the Qatar stock market. I will talk a few words about Salam International so you have an idea about it. Salam International is in 5 different sectors in Qatar and in different countries of the region. We are into the information technology, where we build TV stations, integrated IT solution. We are in the construction and all related products of the construction, from building cladding to stainless steel manufacturing to landscaping. We are also in the luxury division, which is really the medium high-end department store and hospitality. We are in the power and energy, where we service the oil and gas sector and the power sector. Also, we are in real estate investment and infrastructure. Back to our subject, which is what is neighboring policy? What is the neighborhood policy? The neighborhood policy, as far as I know, is derived from a security perspective, where when Europe started growing in terms of sizes and things like that, the neighboring countries of Europe started growing. They had a lot of problems, poverty, security issues, etc. So they came up with what do they call the neighborhood policy. The neighborhood policy is really to upgrade the level of security cooperation between the neighboring countries of Europe, and at the same time to enhance the cultural, social, economical and political stability around them, at the same time to increase the cooperation between those nations, which ends up really in having a bigger market to those neighborhood countries. Not only that, they expanded the neighborhood policy from neighboring countries to partnering countries as well, where they went beyond their own territory to try to create, to share values, economical, political, social values of all these nations with this neighborhood policy unit. It has been very successful in the last few years, and it really improved a lot of activity. But today, I'm not sure where it's going on, because this policy, it needs a lot of support from the Union, where they have to put financial, economical, social contribution to the new members of the neighborhood policy. Again, also this policy, they have an action plan in it. They also monitor, when they make agreement with neighborhood countries or partner countries, they have an action plan to monitor the achievement they are doing. Are they really implementing the agreements? If yes, they will renew the agreement. If not, either they renegotiate it or they cancel it. So it has not a straightforward policy where it is just only called neighborhood policy. Now, as the neighborhood policy is growing, and then we also in the Middle East, we're trying, or in the MENA region, we're trying to take advantage of it. Hopefully we can take the good out of it and really try to implement the best part of it in order to improve our life and to improve our social structure. What is Turkey today is doing, they're coming up with what they call the Levant Business Union, which is a non-government organization which is mainly concentrated between the business sector to try to open up the borders between these countries, which are mainly Turkey, Lebanon, Syria and Jordan. But unfortunately our political situation within our region, it makes it a little bit difficult for us to implement such policies. Today the problem unfortunately we have in Syria, in Jordan and everywhere, so it's making it difficult to implement it. But I hope and I'm sure that very soon this policy could be implemented. And I'm sure it will be also expanded. It's very good for us as in the Arab world, for Turkey, where we can expand our markets, we can share values. Instead of going and sharing the value of people who they don't too much relate to us, I think we can share a lot of values which are really, we are all related to each other with it. Be it Turkey, be it the whole Middle East, be it North Africa, we have a lot of common values. Now we have to accommodate all those values to make sure that they serve the benefit of everybody. So, neighborhood policy comes out of security reasons, for security reasons, is expanded to social, economical, political structure. Now, how we as a private sector can benefit from these type of policies. And I think as a private sector, today with the economic and political change in the world, we have to force our government to be part of policy creation. We cannot only depend that the government they create the policy and we implement it. No, we have to be part of it. We know what it takes to create a good economical, political, social policy which is beneficial to our own nations altogether. For example, and then also again, the participation of the private sector with the government, it's growing. In the last 20 years in Europe, the private-public sector partnership has almost created a value of business of 260 billion euros. We estimate that in the Middle East, if things goes right and the projects are implemented, if we implement a proper public-private sector partnership, the business should grow minimum to, in the coming 10 years, to 100 billion US dollars, which is a huge sizable business. But as a private sector, we have to play a major role in terms of working together, like Turkey working with Qatar working with Saudi working with everybody. So all of us as a business community, we must lead the change, in my opinion, and this change should be enforced in cooperation with our governments, which really will try to put up the policy together between the various governments in our MENA region. It's a very challenging objective, and I think if we really make it up, if we really put an effort behind it, we can make it. So as a business community, yes, we have a lot of work to do, we have a lot of efforts to do. We have to take the pain of dealing with government bureaucracy and try to find ways how to talk to them, how to convince them. But it can be achieved. So basically, this is the message I'm trying to give. I don't want to take much of your time. Bon appetit. Thank you for organizing the beautiful conference. Thank you to our staff for hosting the lunch. Thank you very much.
Bekliyorum.
Savunma sanayiyle ilgili
Tabii efendim.
olamaz öyle bir şey ya. Bu konuşulacak bir konu değil. Bu adama salak söylemek lazım.